One of the biggest issues that I run into because I'm using an ultra wide is when I want to share content in Teams, Zoom, Google Hangouts, or in StreamYard or anything where you need to share your screen. Often I need to change resolutions or I need to share just a tab, and it's really a pain in the behind. Well, there's an application that you can install that will easily enable you to share any region of your screen in seconds. So I'm going to break down everything you need to know, how to install it, get it up and running, and see it in action. So tune in. Hey everyone, I'm James, and previously here on the channel, I've done a few videos on one of my favorite applications called Power Toys, specifically Fancy Zones, which enables you to sort of specify regions on your screen. Now, this is really nice when you're using any monitor, but especially in ultra wide, because you can set up zones where you can have your code over here, you can have your browser over here, your Teams or your Slack up and running over here. Now, one of the big questions I got from that video was, well, how can I actually share one of those fancy zones when I'm on a Teams call or a Zoom call or anything where you want to share part of your, desktop? And that is really honestly one of the biggest things that always gets me is I always have to change my resolution to 1920 by 1080, and then I need to do this, or I need to share just a tab and make sure it's the right resolution. Well, there's an application that solves all of this that you can install on your Windows machine in seconds. So let's check it out. This application is called RegionToShare. It's completely open source, built with .NET, which is fantastic, by Tom Englert. I'm going to say Tom Englert. I hope that's your name. That's there. I found this last year or so, and I've been loving everything about it. So it is completely open source. You can get it right from the GitHub download releases. You can browse through all of it. It works on Windows 10 or Windows 11, but I like to get it specifically from the Microsoft Store. So if you're on the Microsoft Store over here, just type in RegionToShare and you can easily get it. Okay, so what does this look like in action once you have it installed? Well, let's take an example here of StreamYard. This is StreamYard. I use StreamYard often to stream to YouTube or to Twitch, basically. It's an amazing piece of software. I love it. I've done some videos here on the channel, and there's me talking. Hey, everyone. So I'm in this channel. Now, this could be Teams, this could be Zoom, this could be anything. Now, if I go and present and I share my screen, we can see that I only have an option here to do my entire screen or a window. So here's the Microsoft Store, for example, or Power Toys, or OBS specifically, or an Edge browser tab, right? So that's okay, but if I share my entire screen here, you're gonna see everything that's going on my screen. It's gonna be super ultra wide, which is no good. So what we want to do is figure out how to share a specific region. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And when I open up RegionToShare, what we're going to see over here, if I bring it up, is this window. So let me go ahead and minimize a few things here. There we go. And this is what it looks like. So it enables you to resize it. And basically this is showing you the resolution here. You can even say, give me 1920 by 1080. It's a newer feature. You can say, give me 720p or whatever resolution you want, which is really nice. Now, this region here is going to be the region that's to share. Now, it is an application, but the actual power of it is actually sticking it in place. So what I'm going to do here is I have my fancy zone set up. So let's say I want to share this region, right? So when I hold this down, you can see my regions on the screen. So I could put it down here. I could put it up here. So I'm just going to say I want this one here, which is 673 by 468. Now, if I bring back up my StreamYard, let's say I want my StreamYard here. So I want to record this little overview, and for heck, let's just go ahead and put my fancy zones there. So, and if I'm inside of Teams, Zoom, Slack, anything, StreamYard, I would want to share, right? I'm presenting, I'm on my 1920 by 1080, but I want to share the specific region. So if I go and I just hit present, and if I say window, and I say RegionToShare, that's going to share the application. And that's not actually what I want to have happen here. Like, this is the application in general, right? So that's not what I want to have happen. What we want to do is share stuff that's in that region. So this is where it gets pretty interesting. So let me tap it here. I'm going to stop screen sharing. What you want to do is hit this big play button. Boom. Now see, it's gone into this sort of sticky mode. I can't drag and drop it around or do anything, but I can overlay applications on top of it. And notice that there is this sort of line showing me what's inside the region or not. Okay, that's cool. So if I hold this down, You can see my Power Toys is there. So that's really neat. So now if I go and present, share screen, I'm still going to present a window and I'm still going to do region to share. But now the application's gone in this different mode where I can't resize it, but anything that is overlaid is the region that is being shared. So now if I bring over this, let me just go ahead and minimize this down a little bit here, you can see that I am sharing specifically everything in this region, which is really cool, right? So you can say I can share all this stuff. And now if I use fancy zones as again, I can see that I'm really filling that up completely, which is nice. And I can go ahead and make it a little bit bigger and your fancy zones, just fill it up. So this is really cool. It's really giving us the capabilities of being able to share anything in that specific zone. So if you are in an ultra wide, you can dedicate a 1920 by 1080, put anything over there and boom, you're totally good to go. And honestly, it's just that easy. And then you stop sharing and now you stop sharing. Now, if I come back over here and get rid of some of these windows, we can see that I have a little tiny X here. If I close out of it, it's open again. And if I wanted to make that really, really big or start it up again, I could click on this 1920 by 1080. And just like that, I have a big 1920 by 1080, or I can go ahead and snap it to this region. So that's really cool, giving you that really awesome power to share that specific region. There you go. In just a few minutes, we took our entire application and shared a specific region. Now you can do that in anything, right? Because it's just an application window. So you could use that in OBS, you could use it in Teams, Zoom, any software that you're using. And then of course you can also share audio, which would be your system audio. So you'd be totally good to go. I use this all the time when I'm presenting because, like I just said, it's kind of a pain to specifically go ahead and do that. Now, there are some quirks, though, I will say, because, it's not like it's not creating a secondary monitor, right, on your machine. So that means if you're doing presentations in PowerPoint, that you're not going to be presenting into a region. So there are still some of those quirks out there that you need to be aware of. But anyways, I hope you find this really useful. I definitely do, especially when I'm doing all sorts of streaming and presentations at work. And if you do like this application, be sure to go over to that GitHub, hit that star, and over for Tom, which is really awesome. It's really awesome to see these types of applications being built. And if you have any other suggestions or recommendations of things that you're using, they're like, hey, I found this other tool, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to see what you're using to share and how you're managing your windows on your ultra wides. And if there are really cool applications, I'll be sure to record videos on those as well. If you like this video and you like this type of content, feel free to give it a thumbs up. And of course, I'll put this in a playlist of all my different presentation tips and tricks. And of course, that Fancy Zone video, which is about a 5-minute video walking you through everything that I was doing with Fancy Zones right here. I always hope you have the most amazing day in the entire world. And until next time, thanks for watching.